Part 15, The California Gold Rush and the Compromise of 1850. In 1848, James Marshall was building a sawmill for John Sutter on the American River in California. He spotted something shiny in the water. It was gold. Sutter tried to keep the discovery a secret, but word leaked out. By 1849, the greatest mass migration in American history was underway. Hundreds of thousands of people, known as 49ers, abandoned their lives and headed west by ship and by wagon. California went from a sleepy territory to a global destination overnight, but this sudden wealth came with a massive political price. California wanted to enter the Union as a free state, and that request threatened to tear the United States apart. Welcome to Part 15. This is the California Gold Rush and the Compromise of 1850, Era 1. The 49ers and the Wild West. The Gold Rush was not a glamorous adventure. It was a brutal, lawless struggle for survival. Men from all over the world arrived in San Francisco, turning a small village into a chaotic metropolis of tents and mud. In the mining camps, there was no government and no law. Miners created their own rough justice. While a few struck it rich, most found only debt, disease, and disappointment. For the indigenous populations of California, the gold rush was a total catastrophe. Settlers and miners pushed them off their land, introduced new diseases, and engaged in state-sanctioned genocide. The hunt for gold was built on a foundation of absolute violence. Era 2, the Statehood Crisis. By 1850, California had enough people to become a state. They drafted a constitution that banned slavery and applied for admission to the Union. This threw Washington, D.C. into a total panic. Since the Missouri Compromise, the North and South had maintained a delicate balance of power. If California entered as a free state, the South would be permanently outnumbered. Southern leaders began openly talking about secession. They argued that they had fought and bled for the land in the Mexican-American War, and they refused to be locked out of it. Era 3, the Compromise of 1850. To save the Union, the great compromiser Henry Clay stepped forward one last time. He proposed a massive, complex package of bills. California would enter as a free state. In exchange, the South got a much harsher Fugitive Slave Act. This new law required citizens in free states to assist in the capture of runaway slaves under penalty of law. It denied accused runaways the right to a jury trial. The Compromise of 1850 did not solve the problem of slavery. It simply kicked the can down the road, while making the North complicit in the institution of slavery. It was a desperate bandage on a sucking chest wound. Tactical reality. The Gold Rush and the Compromise of 1850 show us the danger of rapid, unregulated growth. When wealth and expansion move faster than our legal and moral frameworks, the most vulnerable people are the ones who pay the price. Tactical reality. We see this today when new technologies or economic shifts happen so fast that our systems of accountability cannot keep up, whether it is the lack of transparency in government spending, or the way veterans are often left behind in a fast-moving economy. The lesson is the same. You cannot build a stable future on a compromise that sacrifices your core values for a temporary peace. If you want the unfiltered truth and tactical lessons from history, join the Veteran Perspective Substack, link in the description.